Hey friends, it's Terry here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I've got candle empties today, guys. Yeah, I've got a lot of candle empties. So I decided to break it out into its own video because if I included it in an empties video, it's going to get very long. And truth be told, I haven't filmed empties in a bit. So I have a lot of empties as far as vendor wax and retail wax and Scentsy as well. But they'll get broken up, and I've tossed some things too because it's been a while. I've been trying to catch up on my editing, failing miserably as usual, but I've been working on it. Some of my footage was just, to me, too old, and so I split it. I split it up into shorts, and hopefully you'll still enjoy those. I figured if anything, they would come in handy maybe next year if you were looking for like Christmas scents or anything like that, which I'm still doing. I know people like to see the Christmas scents in December, and I get that, but I still do holiday scents in January and February. I love winter scents, and so I want to enjoy my winter months. So while a lot of people are already like, I want all the fresh and clean right now, I get that, but I'm still in my winter element. It's cold out. It's in the 20s. It's been down in the teens some nights. More teens to come. And I have snow out on the ground. I have ice on my porch. I just put some ice melt down this morning because I almost busted my rear on the porch. And yeah, all that to say that I'm still enjoying my winter scents. I'm still doing gingerbread. I'm still doing tree. I'm absolutely still doing coffee, bakery, all the things, spiced orange, cinnamon, clove. Yeah, I'm still enjoying all those scents. Let me know in the comments below. Are you on the fresh and clean train, fruity train maybe, thinking all about the spring, or are you still on my train where you're enjoying all the things winter because it is still winter for a while? Anyway, if you're interested in seeing what I got through as far as candles, stay tuned. Alrighty, let's see. Who shall we start with? Let's start with this one lone candle that I have from Nest because it's the only one I have from Nest. Like I said, I have a lot here, so, you know. I was about to say, let's try to go through these quickly, but I know my mouth, and it makes me mad sometimes. Yeah, this beautiful candle from Nest. This is their classic jar, which is an 8-ounce, and that sounds pretty small when you think of it. I believe Bath & Body Works single wicks are also 8-ounce, and they're small. But this candle is kind of hefty. The jar is beautiful. The jar is hefty as well. I think I'm going to keep this jar. I'm going to clean out the wax and keep it and just keep, like, you know, little trinkets or something in it. But yeah, let's talk about the candle. So this is Birchwood Pine. I purchased this in a set that comes during the holidays with Holiday, the scent Holiday. I love both scents. I know Melanie from Mr. Kong's mom likes to burn both scents together. Totally makes sense. Yeah, I really love this one. I started this one on, when did I do it? It was Christmas Day. Christmas Day. I was going to say Thanksgiving, but I was not able to spend Thanksgiving with my daughter and her fiance this year because they were sick. Well, my daughter came down really bad with what they thought was strep. She did not go to the doctor. She did one of those teledoctor things, so they treated her for strep after looking at her throat through the, cam. But it wasn't strep, it was tonsillitis, and it was apparently the viral type because the antibiotic that they gave her for the strep didn't do any good. She was down for a while, and it was the first Thanksgiving that I spent without her, so it was strange. I totally understood. I understood she needed to feel better. I myself have suffered from tonsillitis. Used to be, it would flare up at least once a year, sometimes twice. Don't know why my mom never had my tonsils removed. I don't know why I didn't do it when I was younger, as I became an adult, because I moved out of my home pretty early. But you're in your 20s and those things kind of sound scary. So that's probably why I didn't do it. Luckily, as I got older, that subsided and I get those infections a lot fewer these days. But it seems like she's dealing with a bout of it. I think she had it last year too. So I don't know if it's coming once a year for her too. I'm not sure. But yeah, my first Thanksgiving alone without her. So kind of made me sad. But Christmas Day, I lit this baby up. And she did her thing because she choked my daughter out. My daughter doesn't love tree, but her fiance does. So I try to meet in the middle and do the perfect Christmas when they're over here for a holiday, because that gives him his tree, but it also gives her, like, she loves cinnamon. So it also gives her that marshmallow cinnamon note, and she actually likes the perfect Christmas until this year, apparently. She still likes it, but apparently it's getting to her now. And every time she lights it up, it's starting to choke her out. And didn't know that. I mean, she didn't know it either. She just figured it out this year. So I had lit the perfect Christmas mostly in the house. Had a couple going. And then I lit this one, which I didn't think too much of it because, you know, it's a small candle. But, and maybe it was the perfect Christmas. But she started to have watery eyes. She started to cough. And this was after it was going for a bit. So it didn't happen right away. So we didn't realize that's what it was. And she finally asked me, what are you burning? And so I told her, and she's like, So I said, well, you know what? Let me turn down the warmers. I also had sugar plum berry from Scentsy going in the warmers. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but I have a very open space. So I turned down some of the warmers. I think I ended up turning off all the warmers. Left the perfect Christmas going. I think I turned this off, or, you know, put this out. And it was still bothering her. So put out all the candles. So she was fine. And then probably a week or two later, she asked if she could have one of the perfect Christmas candles, because she knows I always have a healthy stash. I probably have more of that candle than any other candle because I love it. It's my favorite. And so I gave her one of the pretty ones with the bow on top that came out this year. And she took it home. And she let me know later on, after she had lit it a couple times, that that's what was bothering her. So she cannot enjoy the perfect Christmas anymore, which makes me sad because it was the one neutral candle, so to speak, for tree that I could light up with her here, and her fiance could still enjoy it, and me too, because I like tree. But no more. Anyway, Birchwood Pine. This scent is beautiful. Do I have the scent notes? Scent notes are not on the bottom of the candle, so let me see if I can pull it in my app. Okay, Birchwood Pine is white pine, fir balsam, birchwood, rich musk, and amber. Yeah, I those notes are really true to form. Definitely get those strong, sweet tree notes. You get the woodiness of the birchwood. And you get this beautiful, it's not musky in a bad way. It's not overly amber. It just gives this a really beautiful tone. It's tree through and through, but it's a beautiful elevated tree. It's so beautiful. It's so hard to explain. Tree is one of those scents that I find a little hard to explain, and maybe it's because I'm still fairly new to tree, because for years and years and years I did not like tree. I would not burn a tree candle in my house. I started liking tree maybe 6-7 years ago, so it's been a while, but it hasn't been a while considering how long I've been doing home fragrance. So it's still one of those new scents to me. But yeah, these scent notes are true to form. Performance, it burned pretty well, I will say. Nest candles, which, by the way, if you don't know, Nest is by Harry Slatkin's wife, Laura Slatkin. So this is her brand. I find that these candles tunnel quite a bit. The wax is super soft. It's like a coconut wax blend. I don't think they've ever released what it really is. Or maybe it says on our website. I feel like it doesn't. But they do tend to tunnel. They only have one wick. But the burn itself, I will say, was not ultra clean. I did have to wipe this jar a few times. It looks clean now because Terry had to wipe the jar. As it got further down, it behaved a lot better. As it was closer to the top, it would grab some soot there at the top. But as it got further and further down, the soot kind of stayed at bay. And I used a mixture of burning this and lamping it. I know you're not supposed to do that. I know. But I tend to do it every now and then, as long as the wick doesn't come loose. If the wick comes loose at the bottom, I stop and I don't burn it anymore, because that wick gets too close to the sides of the glass. Although this glass is hefty. Like, I don't know if you can see how thick it is, but you can feel its weight. It's pretty hefty, but I still wouldn't want that wick too close to the glass. But, and there I go. I've talked about this candle how long so far? There I go. I got to do better. Anyway, I love this candle. Some sooting issues for sure. I cleaned the jar a number of times, but it got better as it went along. The fragrance was beautiful. I would say to throw in this. I mean, it's not going to fill a huge space, but used in combination with other candles, I found it did pretty well. I would say the throw in this was about a 6, which I think is pretty good for a single wick. So I really enjoyed it. That's Birchwood Pine from Nest. Beautiful jar. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's try to talk about some of these other ones a little quicker. Let's do Bath & Body Works next. I have a few. I think I also tossed some Bath & Body Works candles, so I can get this one out of the way really quick. I don't even remember which ones I tossed, but they're gone. Sugared Snickerdoodle. I actually really like this fragrance from Bath & Body Works. It tends to come back every year. I will say it kind of leans more sugar cookie to me than spicy, but I think it's a great cookie scent. Sugar Snickerdoodle is warm spice, creamy vanilla, and sugared musk. I don't really get musk in this. I get like mostly, kind of like a Snickerdoodle, mostly sugar cookie with a little bit of spice. The spice is really toned down to my nose in this. I get more sweetness from the sugar cookie than anything. Yeah, this one's smelling really light. And it performed okay. I love this jar. Love this jar. I love when they came out with these. They were so pretty. This one got dirty. I tend to have that problem with heavy vanilla candles from Bath & Body Works. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This is the point. I don't know if you can see the shadow. I'm right here. When I get to this point, this tends to happen. The wicks start to thread. It's so weird because it burns down to that point fine. So if you were doing anything wrong with your burn, it would have happened already, okay? It burns down to that point fine. I don't burn my Bath & Body Works candles very long because I know better. I keep my wicks trimmed. I don't cut them overly short because if you do, you will end up with puny wicks with a Bath & Body Works candle. 9 out of 10 times it will happen. I've been there. But I don't keep them long either. I do trim them. I use little cuticle scissors. I trim them every time. I use a wick dipper. I've used a wick dipper for years now to put my candle out. Sometimes I swirl, which sometimes can cause some smoke. But usually I use my wick dipper and I dip the wick for a little bit because if you pull it back up too soon, sometimes there's still some smoke residual. But a lot of this dirtiness really just comes from the wicks. I guess you could probably take a tissue and kind of clean the soot a little from your wicks, but I'm not doing that. Okay. The whole point of a candle is for relaxing, right? It has an ambience, it has a fragrance, it's aromatherapy. It's to be relaxing. I don't want to do that all day. I'm having my bitch fest about Bath & Body Works candles again. Obviously, I still have a lot in my collection. Obviously, I enjoy Bath & Body Works fragrances because I still burn them. I've come to terms with I get a half a candle these days, and that's fine. If I want to buy them, then I know that. So I've come to terms with that. I need to stop bitching because it is what it is. But yeah, this one got dirty. Throwing this one, not overly strong. I've had this one do well in the past. But this one probably was about a 6, which, you know, that's decent for, you know, this kind of candle. Still love the jar. I probably will repurpose the jar because it's lovely. That's Sugar Snickerdoodle. Hot Cocoa and Cream. I think this was last year's jar, which is pretty similar to what this year's jar looked like. But this year's had like a little snowman. I had to stop myself because I tend to stock up on this. And I have a lot of this fragrance in my collection. I love this fragrance. To me, it just smells like a cup of hot chocolate. But I tend to buy a lot. And I need to slow my roll on how much I'm buying from BBW. Because I have a lot from BB&W, and I'm trying to destash some, and I'm trying to burn through some. And to be fair, I'm burning more of KRINGLE's hot chocolate now than I am of this. I like both fragrances, probably equally as much, but I get better performance and a better burn from KRINGLE's, so I'm going to stick with that as much as I can. But you'll see these come up in my empties because, like I said, I have a lot. And the jar this year really got me because the snowman. I collect snowmen. I love snowmen. And it really got me, and I just wanted to buy more. But I didn't. I only got one. Especially when I think it made it to markdown. I didn't buy any candles from SAS. Yeah, not a one. I don't remember buying any. Am I lying? Let me check myself. I don't think I bought any. I bought from Candle Day, which was a fiasco in itself, because I was one of the ones that had to do an online order. That's a whole story in itself. It didn't go well, but anyway, I kind of expected that too. It's kind of like I expect half a candle from BBW. I also expect my online order to be a disaster, because it usually is. Hot cocoa and cream is, wait a minute, it's got notes on the front there too. It does. Are they the same? Yeah, they are. Kind of. It gets a little bit more descriptive on the bottom. So on the front, it says milk chocolate, steamed milk, and marshmallows. On the bottom, it says decadent milk chocolate, fresh steamed milk, and mini marshmallows. So I know most of you know what this smells like. And there's not much scent going on here, but it smells like a cup of hot, what do you call it? Swiss Miss hot chocolate. It really does. Yeah, I mean, it's not your decadent, like it says. It's not your decadent hot cocoa, not to my nose. This smells like your powder mix, but I like that smell. I love a good cup of Swiss Miss, or what is the one I usually drink? Dunkin' Donuts hot cocoa. That's my guilty pleasure when it comes to hot cocoa. I get the K-Cups, and yeah, it just tastes so much better. But that's what it smells like, and I like it. I enjoy it a lot, and it's usually a good performer. This one was doing its thing. It was throwing in the room. It was easily a 7.5, but at the halfway point, she got dirty. Because I love this fragrance so much, I decided she was worth putting a little extra work into, and I put her under my lamp. So I dumped the dirty wax. I put her under the lamp, and that last little bit, which this is what I saved, because it was quite a bit that was like, ugh. It was glorious, delicious, and it threw even better under my lamp than it did when it was burning. So hot cocoa and cream, you will see it again and again, but like I said, I kind of am just picking up this kind of fragrance in Kringle now, which I've been loving Kringle's hot chocolate for years, so I'm not sure why I didn't give it up sooner, but I don't know, I didn't. Last BBW is Latte. Love this jar. Super cute. A little animated, but I like stuff like this. This is a shot of espresso. Sweet vanilla foam, topped with warm cookie crumbles. Yeah, this one? This one is ultra creamy. Like, this isn't like strong espresso. This is your super milky creamy latte. I feel like, to me, to my nose, the cookie comes across more like a lactonic milk note. But it works. Like, it doesn't go sour or anything like that for me. And believe me, BBW has some candles that do go sour for me. Sprinkled birthday cake, I'm looking at you. I cannot take that candle. I know so many of you love it. It smells so sour to me. It makes me nauseous. And not too many fragrances do that, but that one does. This one's not that. But it is your ultra, ultra creamy latte scent. Very sweet as well. I am a girl who loves a good latte, so I can appreciate a scent like this. I'm not a coffee girl, although I do really like coffee fragrances. I don't like to drink coffee, but I will dog a latte. Milk that coffee down. I mean, super milk it down, and I'm in. This was enjoyable. I liked it a lot. This one actually performed really good, you guys. Look at that. Wow, this is from 2022, so a few years, but not, you know, a long, long time. This one I think was only out for one season and didn't make it back. It may have under a different name, because you know Bath & Body Works. So it may have. I haven't been picking up too many coffee fragrances from Bath & Body Works, because I do find a lot of these are kind of similar. So I haven't been doing that. But yeah, this one I was quite pleased. It's clean. It burned well. No problem. No arguments to speak of. The throw on it, I would say, was about a 6, but I was good with that. Latte. Really love that jar. And I think I have one more of these. And I think my daughter mentioned that she liked this, so I'll probably give it to her. Marshmallow Fireside. This one has been in my stash for a little bit. 2021. So most people know what this smells like. But the scent notes are toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, and crystallized amber. I think I just talked about this in a recent Empties where I burned the fall version, which was this year's. Well, technically we're in a new year. So 2025's version of Marshmallow Fireside, I will say this older version performed much better for me. Yeah, she performed pretty nicely. Super sweet scent, ooey gooey marshmallow with this smoky side note. It's not too smoky. You definitely get the emphasis on the sweet, ooey gooey marshmallow, which I appreciate. I love sweet. I love gourmand. I don't really love smoky, so I like a little bit. So I like the fact that this smoky note is not overbearing. But yeah, this one performed pretty well. I was pretty pleased with it. I would say the throw on this was about a 7.5. So yeah, she did her thing. And not only did she perform well in the throat area, but she burned down pretty well too. I was pretty happy with this one. Don't know why that doesn't happen anymore. There is some smudge along the side, but otherwise, and I don't care about smudge. I mean, my KRINGLE candles, they have that residue all the time from the soy wax. I think this came from when I was kind of swirling it to put the wicks out, but she did good. She did good. I don't have too many more older ones in my stash, so not feeling like I'm going to be able to enjoy this scent a whole lot longer, considering how light they've recently been. But I was pretty happy with that. So that is Marshmallow Fireside, guys. All right, that's my Bath & Body Works. Let's talk HOMEWORX. The most wonderful time of the year. Wow, what is up with this label? You know, I always talk about how beautiful HOMEWORX Harry SLATKIN's labels are. But the last couple of videos I did, there were issues with the labels. And I've noticed that they've been getting a little sloppy, especially at the top area. But this one's a little sloppy at the bottom. So I don't know if you can see that at the bottom. Oh, yeah, it's all the way around. Like that gold band. Yeah, it looks a little rough. So if you keep your eye at the bottom there, you can see. But otherwise, this is a beautiful label. Beautiful lit up. I liked how this smelled so well on cold. I ended up buying another set of this. This was a TSV from QVC. Looks like it was 2023, so a couple years ago. It might have been one of their Christmas in July things. I think it was. Correct me if you remember, and that's not right, but I think it was a Christmas in July thing. Yeah, I love how this smelled on cold so much that I bought another set because, you know, QVC, they tend to come in duos. They tend to come with the same scent in duos, which is fine. Because if it's a scent you love, that works out. But then again, if it's a scent you're just trying, you may not want two of them. But QVC was kind of the place to shop for SLATKIN candles this past year because the website didn't have much going on. And the sales weren't great. They got way better at the end of the year. I just picked up, I didn't do too many HOMEWORX hauls from SLATKIN and co.com. I just picked up one though. I did a couple. I just did one where I got a couple candles. There was, I think it's Berries and Birch was a scent that I do like. I've had it before. I think I got them for like, were they like marked down to like $8 and then I was able to use my discount on them as well. So they were super cheap. I think I got two of those. I got like one of their hobnail candles. Wasn't hobnail. It was a different design, but you know what I mean, those glass jars. I think that thing was like $8 too, and that was of course like $6 with the discount. And it was something else. Oh, I grabbed one of the, what is it called? It's like raved about in the Facebook group, and I haven't tried it, so I thought, let me go ahead. Even though I usually don't lean towards like drink candles. Oh, this one's kind of a drink candle. It's Prosecco Pomander or Pomander Prosecco. I think it's Pomander Prosecco. I did a little haul, but man, those prices were outstanding. And being able to get 25% off on top of that, and then it was free shipping. I mean, I couldn't say no to that. But yeah, the beginning part of the year into the half, into the third quarter, I mean, the sales weren't great. So, and the offerings weren't great. So that kind of sucks because, you know, I keep pulling for HOMEWORX. I know I haven't had the best things to say about HOMEWORX recently because this row has kind of been dismal. But I keep pulling for them because this company, in its heyday, these candles were outstanding, you guys. They were outstanding. And I wanted to go back there. And I've seen improvements here and there, but not across the board. So anyway, this is Sparkling Prosecco Bubbles. Drink candle. Mandarin, pink grapefruit, and holiday spices. Yeah, this scent was so lovely, you guys. I will say that this one she threw. Once I got her going. This one gave me fits with the puny wicks. Like, it just would not pull out. And I was using my wick dipper to pull the wax in. And then I had to remove some because then it kind of drowned the wicks even further. It just was not having it. I tried that a couple of times and I was like, look, let's just do one more thing. Because this works sometimes. It doesn't always, but sometimes it does. Let's just burn the hell out of this candle. So I did. And it worked this time. In this particular circumstance, it worked. She pulled out. And from there, she burned fine. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It was a day where I was home. So I had all day. I don't remember how long I ended up burning it. It was probably a good 6 or 7 hours. Not normally recommended, especially with HOMEWORX. Don't do that. I only burn HOMEWORX a couple hours. And then I'm done. But this called for extraordinary measures. And it worked. And it didn't dirty the wax. Now, the wax is a little dirty right now. A little. Because on my last burn, which I know I hear a lot of other candle reviewers say this too. I do it too. On my last burn, I tend to let my candle go longer than I usually do. So soot will tend to gather up. And it did on my last burn. I cleaned it because I didn't want to get it all over my hands for this video. So she got pretty sooty because I let her go. And the flames were kind of out of control. And I just knew I was going to throw her away, so it didn't matter. But all my other burns, I don't do that. I only let it go 2.5 hours at max for my HOMEWORX. I think he says 4 hours. I never let my HOMEWORX burn 4 hours anymore because, does it say on here? It doesn't say. Maybe it says on his website. Oh, wait a minute. It does say, do not burn candle for more than 4 hours at a time. So that's the instructions, but if I burn this for 4 hours, yeah. Something would go wrong. Probably, maybe not the soot as much, but the wicks, I would lose the wicks because the wicks on HOMEWORX candles, they're so fragile. I really wish he would change those wicks. And maybe that would help with some of the throw as well. Because the wicks, they're so fragile, you guys. You got to be really careful when you trim them because you could easily take it right off. I will say HOMEWORX wicks tend to fix themselves. So if you cut it too short, it's usually okay. Not always. There's always an exception to the exception. But they tend to fix themselves. But yeah, if you burn them too long, sometimes the wicks will come out of their clips. And they will float. And then your 4-wick becomes a 3-wick. I've had it happen. But yeah, this fragrance was delicious. You definitely get the mandarin. I didn't pick up a lot of grapefruit. It definitely mixes in there well. It's there, but you get the mandarin more so. And I swear I get berry in this. There's no mention of berry. There's no mention of berry. It does say holiday spices. I don't feel like this was a spicy candle. It, to me, smelled like oranges and berries, like an orange berry, almost leaning kind of like a fruit punch kind of drink. But I guess the spices probably toned down what would normally kind of smell like a fruit punch. But it was very fruity, very enjoyable. And once I got it to burn the way I wanted to, I was pretty happy with it. But that's what it looks like now. Like I said, it burned pretty clean. Most of that dirt that is showing in there was my last burn because Cherry let it go. Because that's what Cherry does sometimes. Most wonderful time of the year. Cinnamon Sugar Marshmallow. Another beautiful HOMEWORX candle. Oh, man. I could just dig into that. Oh, I love me some marshmallow covered with cinnamon sugar. Yes, please. This is Fluffy Marshmallow, Sweet Cinnamon, Sparkling Sugar, and White Cocoa. What do I get? Yeah, this is the Cinnamon Sugar Marshmallow scent. The cocoa, now that I know it's there, I can kind of pick it up on cold. I don't remember smelling that when I burned it. But I do find it now that I'm actually looking for it. It's there. But it's mostly a sweet cinnamon sugar. This is not harsh. This is more your warm cinnamon. This is not your Red Hots. This is nice. The only problem with this one is the throw is it's trash. I'll try and be nice, but I mean, it's not. I shouldn't say that because it's not as bad as some, but very light, very light. I used this as like an additional candle to other things I had going on. This could not hold its own on its own. It just couldn't. It could not fragrance a room. Maybe it would be fine as a desk candle. It probably would. But the throw was probably a 3, 4. It was pretty light. I hate to say that, but it was. I had more of these. So I added this in when I was doing Perfect Christmas because Perfect Christmas has that cinnamon sugar note. So I added this into that a lot of the times. If I had like bakery going on that maybe had like cinnamon sugar in it, I added it. So I just used it as an additional scent. The performance on it was fine. Burned super clean. You can see the wax is still quite white. No problems, no sooting. No problems at all. It did fine. Just didn't throw very well. So cinnamon sugar marshmallow. If you're looking for a strong candle, I would say pass this one by. This was a 2023 pour. And I might have got this on a markdown from like Ulta or something. I think when I first picked up this candle, I think I picked it up. Did I get it through shop? How long is shopping around? Yeah, I might as well forget trying to remember. I remember buying it from somewhere at first, and then I think I got some from Ulta on markdown. But cinnamon sugar marshmallow, if you like a light candle, desk candle, go ahead, go for it. Or if you want to use it the way I did, where you add it to other things, go for it. Trim the tree. This one's not done. I still have a couple more burns in this. And let me tell you, you guys, I always feel like HOMEWORX, I burn through them pretty quickly. But this one, she's been lasting for a while. Like, I've been impressed. So this is from 2021. That might be part of it. She is an older gal. I love this candle. It's not the first time I've had Trim the Tree. I love this freaking label. Probably my favorite Trim the Tree label. And I've seen Trim the Tree in a number of labels from Harry. I just pulled out the North Pole with like the tree label where it has like tons and tons of trees around it. I know it's been in that label with the green trees. I think I have this in like a label where it's like outdoor treesy scene. I've seen it in a number of labels. I may have already burned that once. I may not have that anymore. And I think I have this in a 3-wick with a different label as well. Yeah, it's been in a number of labels. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I just really love this red one. It feels like now when we see it, it's usually green oriented, but this red, it's so beautiful when it's lit, and I love the little see-through areas. I don't see him do this as much anymore. We still get the autumn pumpkin label like this. We still get the harvest leaves label like this, but they are older labels as well. I'm just glad he hasn't changed them up, but oh man, I would love to have this back. This is Mulled Spices Roasted Apple Pine, Brandied Cranberry, and Blood Orange. This is mostly apple and tree. I'm not mad about it. I love it. I've been burning this along with KRINGLE's Tranquil Winter, which is also an apple tree fragrance. You do get a little bit of that brandied cranberry. There is a little bit of a brandy note, but it just elevates the scent. It doesn't make it overly boozy. It's perfection. You do get a little bit of the orange, but I mostly get the apple and the pine note in this and a little bit of the cranberry as well. The mulled spices are there, but they're really warm, really warm. They're not strong at all. It's just a beautiful apple tree more than anything. And I adore the scent. I've had it a lot over the years, so obviously I do. I will say the throw in this is decent. I would say it's about a 7. And yeah, I'm going to finish her up. So I just wanted to talk about her because I knew that would finish her up. Maybe in a couple of burns. Usually I would say, oh, it's probably got another burn. But maybe a couple of burns because she's just been lasting. And I've been burning her quite a bit. And I've been able to burn this one a little bit longer without her getting dirty. So 2021, good year for HOMEWORX. I have Oatmeal Cookie. This was a jar. I don't think this, I mean, it could have been a collection, but I don't think it was like a TSV or anything. But this was a QVC thing. I don't think this ever ended up on Harry's website. But this had like a ceramic, like snow, I don't know what it was, but it kind of looked like a snow-covered hut top. And I have that. I kept that. I took it downstairs. But that went on this candle. At the time, I really bought this because I wanted that. I don't know why. Because now I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? So for now, I kept it, but I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it. But Oatmeal Cookie is the candle. And this has a recipe on the back, which Harry claimed at the time that these were his recipes. So he had a few candles that were released as part of this series, and they all had recipes on the back. And this one is oatmeal cookies. Actually, this is oatmeal cookie. Do I keep saying cookies? I think I keep saying cookies, but it's oatmeal cookie with no S. Scent notes are sweetened oats, brown sugar, maple, and baked cookie. It sounds glorious. I really love a candle that has a really good oat scent. I really love oatmeal cookies. They are my favorite. So I thought, I'm going to love this. And Harry does gourmand so well that I was like, yeah, this is going to be good. I got to tell you, I don't really love this scent at all. To me, it just does not smell like an oatmeal cookie, at least not one that I've ever eaten. I don't really get this oatiness about it. I definitely do get that maple dough, and I think it's the maple and brown sugar. It's just kind of overkill for my nose, and it's probably because I'm sensitive to those two notes. But there's just an off note, and I know it has to do with how they're playing together, but I've had candles with those notes before and been fine, so I don't know. It's so difficult to explain what I'm smelling, but what it is, I don't love. I did burn most of it. It was funny because I decided, you know what, I've had enough of this. I'm going to let it go. And then I was looking at it. I was like, but Terry, you kind of finished it. So I did let it go early. But the burn itself was great. Super clean. I had no problem with it pulling out. I had no problem with it sooting. Yeah, super clean. There is some smudge along the ends around the sides, but no problem at all. No wick problems. And the throw was halfway decent. Of course it was, because I didn't love the scent. I would say she was throwing it a good 7.5, guys. So if you do love the scent, I know this is under a different label. It has beautiful like oatmeal cookies on the front. But I'm not going to get one because I just don't love this one. But I did love the packaging on this series. It was pretty. And like I said, I bought that topper. So I guess I'll try to make use of that again. I actually was using that on top of my KRINGLE candle here because it fits. So yeah, the KRINGLE extra large, it fits. But oatmeal cookie, not my favorite, guys. So there's that. I'm going to let that one go and not get that one again. All right, that's all my HOMEWORX. I'm going to take a break and clear my tray here that I have full of these candles and bring over what I have left, which I think is all KRINGLE. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. You know, I forgot that I actually recorded some candle footage earlier this week, and I was going to do my Empties video afterward. I didn't get a chance to finish that candle footage, so I thought, let me try to intermingle that with a follow-up video, which I didn't do right away. I may still try to utilize some of that. So if I do, you're going to see me in different outfits. Because I think I talked about some good ones in that video. So I may do that. So we'll see. But figured I'd mention that in case you've already been seeing me go back and forth from different outfits. That's why. My next candle. This is the very first time I have burned anything from this brand. I've never bought from this brand before, but I've been curious about it. Most reviews have said that these don't throw very well, so I've kind of avoided them. But again, I've been curious, and I don't remember where I bought this. I did not buy it from the candle company directly, but I know I got it on a sale on a really good markdown. So I don't think I paid a lot for it, but it's been a little bit that it's been in my stash, so I don't remember where. I don't remember how much, but I'm glad I tried it. So this is VOLUSPA. This is Spice Pumpkin Latte. These jars are what has really piqued my curiosity because they're darn spanking beautiful. Like these jars, The lid, everything is glass. Look at that lid. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't really suction or anything. It just lays on there. But when it comes to beautiful candles, wow, like gorgeous. Now, I've also heard that when it comes to these guys, you're better off getting the larger candles. But these candles at regular price are pretty pricey. And even the sale price on the larger vessels are pretty pricey. And I don't really want to just buy the larger vessels without trying out the scents first. I've also heard that the 3-wick tin cans do decently. I haven't tried any of those, but I may. I really like this jar. But this jar is notoriously talked about for not pulling out very well and not throwing very well. I will say that that was pretty much my experience as well. But at the same time, this Spiced Pumpkin Latte scent, this has got to be the most beautiful. And I know that sounds like an odd word to describe Spiced Pumpkin Latte, but it's got to be the most beautiful Spiced Pumpkin Latte scent I have ever smelled in candle form. Ever. I cannot explain how gorgeous the scent was. Does it have scent notes on this? It does not. So I don't know what the scent notes are. But you guys, there is something, I don't want to say perfumey, but there is a beautifulness to this. There is just something spectacularly gorgeous about this scent. This doesn't have a whole lot of scent left because I did finish it off under my candle lamp because I would burn her. I would burn her quite a bit. But every time I burned it, it wouldn't completely pull out. It would tunnel. So I would have to put it under the lamp to fix it. But the wax stayed clean. Like I said, I burned every time. And you're really not supposed to do candle lamp, then burn, candle lamp, then burn. But as long as my wicks don't move, they don't come unattached, I'm a little guilty of doing that. But, you know, you do you. But yeah, you guys, this is so gorgeous. So beautiful. So hard to explain. I think that Melanie, Mr. Combs' mom, did a video on this because I think, yeah, I remember watching it. And I don't remember exactly what she said about the fragrance itself. But I do remember her saying that she thought this was one of the most beautiful pumpkin spice latte scents she had ever smelled. And when she said it, I was like, that's exactly how I feel about it. That is exactly how I feel about it. I thought it from day one when I first burned it. I wish I could explain this fragrance, but you guys, it just has a sweetness, but it has this gorgeous, gorgeous scent profile. It has a little bit of a milkiness to it. Yeah, I don't think I could describe it if I tried, but it's beautiful. I know I said that a million times, but it is. I would totally get another one of these. It did, you know, it did take some time to burn, fix, but some things are just worth it, and this kind of was. So I really enjoyed it. I won't even grade throw because the throw was not good while it was burning. But while I was under lamp, that's the way to go, honestly, with this vessel. Under the lamp, I could smell it. It wasn't super strong, but I would say it easily did a 6, maybe times lighter, a little stronger, both ways. But I was happy with it. If the candle was kind of nearby, just a few feet away from me, I definitely picked it up. She was pretty. I would definitely get this scent again. I'm thinking about maybe trying her little 8-ounce candles, but I don't know. Let me know how they do, guys. I don't think they're 8 ounce. I think they're like 6 point something ounce. Actually, do I have some in my stash? I think I do. I think I bought a pack. Hi, Pete. Hi, baby. I think I bought a pack of like a Christmas scent that has their Candy Cane Crush, is it called? It's a candy cane scent. And the tree scent that Melanie really loves, which I think is called Noble Fir Garland. Both of those scents are in it. And I think they're the 6.7 ounce or whatever they are. Let me know how you make out with those. Because I was wondering, you know, I burn nests, which are like 8 ounce in the very small. And as long as they're, you know, semi nearby, I get decent throw out of those. So As long as it's nearby on the table, maybe the VOLUSPA would too. But let me know if you burn those. Let me know how you do with them. And tell me about this brand. Tell me about your experience with this brand. Because this candle definitely won me over. And it's piqued my curiosity about other scents. So I see they have like an orange scent. And I'm like, I don't know. And I know Melanie has raved about a coconut scent. And I don't know. Anyway, I loved it. That's VOLUSPA PSL Pumpkin Spice Latte. Spiced Pumpkin Latte. I wonder how many times I said that wrong. Spiced Pumpkin Latte. I will say, the spice is gentle on this. It's gentle. Beautiful. Beautiful. That jar is gorgeous too. I've got a number of KRINGLE here. I'm just in my KRINGLE element, guys. You know how I feel about KRINGLE. I love this company. I love it so much. And I've just decided I need to focus on what I love. I don't know why it took me so long. I mean, I've had loves over the years. I mean, it all started with Yankee Candle. And Finley, maybe I'll kind of end with Yankee because although this isn't Yankee, they are the OG Yankee. I mean, KRINGLE founded Yankee Candle. Not KRINGLE, but the Kittredges. I remember hearing about the history, so that's how I learned about KRINGLE, found out they existed, purchased from them. And in the beginning, it was okay. They had their paraffin wax, and there was some scents that I tried. I didn't have a ton of offerings, but there was some stuff I tried. I did their old paraffin jars. That was back when, like, what was it called? Roasted pumpkin seeds, and there was like a milk chocolate chip cookie or something. Like, there was fragrances that I haven't seen from them in a long time. And then they did like the 3 wicks with the paraffin soy blend. And they kind of burned like Bath and Body Works candles. They could get quite sooty. So there was those. Yeah, I've purchased from them a number of times over the years. But now that they've transitioned to this soy wax, I just love these candles. Now, are they hit and miss sometimes? Yeah. And are they everybody's cup of tea? No. They're not. Some people don't like soy wax. Some people say they smell soy wax. I don't really get a smell from soy wax. When it comes to candle love, KRINGLE is where it is for me. And I don't know, maybe that will change at some point, but I've just seen so much with this company and how they listen to us and they try to give us what we want and they make changes when we give feedback and their customer service is amazing. And I know I talk about it a lot, but I could just go on and on because I feel like in this day and age, it's really hard to find that. It's really hard to find that. And the fact that it's there, I hope it stays there. I really do. I don't foresee it changing, but I really do. I really do hope it stays there. And I really hope that Mick does a live soon because it's been a little bit since we've heard from him. I mean, we hear from him in the Facebook group, which is amazing in itself. And he posts things every now and then online. But I would love to see it live again to kind of hear what he's been working on. But I think he's probably been busy with transitioning some country fragrances over to the KRINGLE line. Quite a few are migrating over, guys. So if you had any favorites in those country jars, be vocal in the Facebook group because they do listen. Of course, it's going to matter what the sales were like, but if the sales were good and you're asking for it, we may see it. I'm still waiting on my 4-wick pumpkin waffles, KRINGLE. Still waiting. Mick did post very, very recently that more 4-wicks are coming. People are loving the 4-wicks, myself included. I have my first one in this Empties pile. In fact, we'll go ahead and start with it. But people are loving the 4-wicks, and so am I. Christmas, my first big 4-wick, guys. These are, I believe, 32 ounces. They're hefty, let me tell you. 32 ounces, burns up to 70 hours. I've never really tested any of these candles to see. I'd be interested. There's got to be people out there who have done it. I've never tested to see how long KRINGLE's burn, how long HOMEWORX burn, how long Bath and Body Works burn. But yeah, I mean, when you've been burning candles as long as some of us have been, you kind of know when something burned a little faster than, you know, other things did. You just kind of notice. But I couldn't tell you. I mean, 70 hours, that's a lot, but maybe. I'm actually already started on my second one. I have Snow Walk. I have Snow Walk in the corner there. It's not lit. I should tell you what I have going on, what I have burning today. I should have done some video, but I didn't. In my kitchen, I have Kringles in the wax melt. I have Kringles Christmas Time in the City, which is a country fragrance that people really want to see transitioned over to the Kringle line. And did he mention that that one is? I may be getting it mixed up with Seaside, because Seaside definitely transitioned and people love Seaside. But did I see something? You know, I'm not going to remember. I may have. There's so much social media that goes through my head, I can't remember it all. But in the kitchen, I have that going in the wax melt, and it's strong. It's strong. I know people love it, but it's just okay to me. It's pretty. It's a pretty scent. But it's very, very popular. So don't listen to me. You may love it. I don't think it's a repurchase for me, but it is a very good performer because it's crawling into here and kind of overtaking what I have going on in here, which kind of sucks because these two areas are not blending today. Sometimes I try to blend them, but today I just was like, I want to do coffee in here. I'm going to do these wax melts out here, which usually don't make it into here. They are today. Pretty fragrance, but it's not mixing great with what I have going on here because I have coffee going on in here. And I have a candle going on out there to kind of offset that a little bit. I have Caramel Sundays, Dad's Fraser Cut Fur, I think is what it's called. Fraser Cut Fur. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. That's what I have going on in the kitchen. I'm enjoying that candle. I am 2 candles in on Caramel Sundays. I enjoyed my first one better, I have to say. That was Reindeer Treats, I think it was called. It was kind of like a coffee, butterscotch, hazelnut kind of scent, bakery. And it was nice. I really enjoyed it. I actually think that one performed better than what I have going on in the kitchen, which is kind of odd to me because I would have thought Tree would have been stronger. But it really felt like that one was stronger. This Tree one is not super strong for me. At the same time, I smell it. I do smell it. And it's very nice. But I don't know that's going to be a repurchase for me because I feel like it should be a little bit stronger. But I'm enjoying it. It's one of those candles, just like that HOMEWORX one I talked about, where I'm kind of adding it to other things. So it's working out. I've been adding it to like BBW's Winter, Kringle's Cozy Christmas. It's going on with that Christmas Time in the City out there now. So sometimes I add it to like a cinnamon clove scent. So I've been adding it to other things, and it's fine. Just wish it was a little bit stronger. I'm more than halfway through it. So I feel like if it was going to kick in, it would have happened by now. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying what I've burned from them so far. I did participate in the last restock and picked up a couple more scents, including Winter Woods. I think I'm going to light up Winter Woods next and see how that goes. But I'm enjoying the company. I really am. And I know it goes both ways. But so far, your girl Terry is enjoying what she's smelling. Christmas, I think I already showed you, but here's my big 4-wick baby. Oh yeah, like she has a mouth like, whoo-hoo. I love Christmas. The first time I burned Christmas, I didn't burn it, I think. I think I did wax melts. I did wax melts to try it. Because the good thing about Kringle, you can do wax melts. Now, will it absolutely smell the same as the burn? Maybe not, because the burn can change things a little. But you'll get an idea of what the fragrance smells like. So I like that they have the wax melts. I like that they have the daylights, which, by the way, I melt daylights because I get better performance if I melt them. I don't really try to burn them because unless you have it like sitting right next to you, they're super small, like, you know, this big. It's going to be kind of hard to smell them. But at the same time, it kind of does what it's supposed to do. It lets you test the scent. So you can always kind of like, you know, wave your nose over it. But I just melt them. Christmas, the first time I got it in wax melt and I melted it and I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. Knew I had to have the candle, especially with this label. The tall one, even better, because the tall one just has this like tree background with this blurry, beautiful, you know, presentation in the background with this single red ornament that just makes a statement. All right, fragrance notes on Christmas are Siberian fir needles, cedarwood, musk, sandalwood, and wood. So there must be more than there. Well, we have cedarwood and sandalwood, but there must be another wood because there's just wood. Sometimes Kringle's fragrance notes, they kind of kill me a little, but this is probably my favorite tree scent. Although Christmas lights, I feel like they're very similar. Christmas lights, which is also by Kringle in the reserve line. I did get some, you guys. I was so upset that I missed in the after Christmas sale. The sale went early. It went live early and I didn't know it and they were sold out and I had been waiting for them to get marked down because I was going to go in and buy 3 of them. I knew I was, and I already had one left. So I still had a backup for next year, but I knew I wanted more of that because it is, oh my gosh, it's such a good thrower, such a good performer. It's so beautiful. Reminds me a lot of Christmas. I feel like they're very similar in nature, some very small differences, but I loved it so much. So this one and Christmas lights, probably my top Christmas scents, Christmas tree scents ever. But Kringle is so good at tree scents. And they have, yeah, they have a lot of my favorite tree scents. I love Snowcap Fraser. I love Wishing for Christmas, which brings the bakery element into the tree. I love Winter Wonder. Oh, there's so many. Autumn and Evergreen is pretty good, but that one was really, really strong on the grapefruit note for me. So not one of my favorites, but man, did it pack a punch. It was strong. There's so many. There's so many from Kringle that I really, really enjoy. Christmas Stroll. I have it sitting right in front of me. Another one. Do I have any others? No. Christmas Stroll was another beautiful one, which was the last candle that Senior Kittredge worked on before he passed. But, oh, you guys, this is what it says. You get the fir needles. I don't know that I know that they're Siberian. But I definitely get fir needles and lots of it. This is a very sweet tree scent. I get a bit of sappiness in this. I definitely get the musk note, but it blends so beautifully with the fir needles. You get the woodsiness here. I feel like I get the fir needles stronger. And I get a healthy dose of that beautiful musk note. It's just, it's stunning. It's stunning. So hard to describe, but it is the epitome of a Christmas tree scent. If you don't like very sweet Christmas tree scents, this may not be for you. But this was already a powerhouse in the 2-wick, so added the 4-wick and glorious. This is one candle that actually can scent my whole open area right here. Did I really just not finish talking about what candles I was burning in here? It made me think of it because I was talking about scenting this. Vanilla Latte, I think it's called, from Kringle. Warm and Cozy, Kringle. Kringle Cupcake. That's it. 3 candles. 3 candles in here. Warm and Cozy, Vanilla Latte, Kringle Cupcake. And they are going with Lavender and Speckles Pink Espresso. So coffee. Coffee's going on here, which is why the kitchen scent is not really intermingling very well. But yeah, sorry about that. Flaked again, because that's what I do at 52 years old. I can't stop flaking. Yeah, this one actually scents my whole open space here. Will all 4 wicks do this? I don't think so. I haven't tested enough of them to know. But I have been watching, feedback in the Facebook group. And I do know that some people have said some have been light. But I don't think you're going to get light from Christmas. Because she, like I said, is good in the 2-wick. She was amazing in the 3-wick. And now she's amazing. Phenomenally amazing in the 4. Love Christmas. Alright guys, let's talk about a Kringle candle that is okay, but I don't love it. Because I have lots of loves here, but this one's just okay. Gingerbread Frosting. You know how much your girl loves her gingerbread scents. When they're right. And I'm not saying this is wrong. This is not wrong at all. And I think a number of people will like this. This is a good fragrance. It's not me. It's not a terry fragrance. So we have pastry, vanilla, spice, sweet, berry, and cream. So this is gingerbread. And it's a nice gingerbread. I do get frosting. Yeah, you do get those cream notes. You get the vanilla, you get the cream. I do get the spice of the gingerbread. But what I'm not loving particularly in this candle, and I'm not saying I hate it. I finished it. I'll show you here in a second, but that berry note. I don't love that berry note in gingerbread. I think it's interesting and it's quite different, and I think a number of people will really enjoy it. But yeah, I'm not loving the berry in the gingerbread. So otherwise, it's a good gingerbread scent. It smells like this house with lots of frosting. But it also smells like they should slap a big berry on there, because I get a lot of that berry note. And I just did not love this one. But like I said, I finished it. She burned clean. And she lasts a long time. This one is one of those scents where I'm like, can it just be done? Because I'm over it. But she lasted forever. And I think I still have maybe right here. But I'm like, I'm done. She did her job. I mean, she was cost effective. She burned forever. She burned clean. I had no problems with the burn. She burned beautifully. The flames were perfect. I just didn't love the fragrance too much on this one. If you burned this one, let me know what you think about that berry note in there. Do you get it strongly? Because I do. Gingerbread and frosting. Love the label, though. And I did pick up some Jolly Gingerbread. Thank you, Meet Miss Marie. If you're out there, I posted on my community tab. I was so thankful. She let me know that it came back in stock, because that was the second candle. There were 2 candles I was going to go in for in that after Christmas sale. That Christmas lights, which sold out on me, did come back in stock, and I got some. And then the Jolly Gingerbread. That was the other one I was going to go in for, which I haven't burned yet, but I love it so much on cold. I knew if it was marked down, I was going to get more. And it sold out. And then it was one of those deals where they had several candles that would just go in stock, and it would be like just a couple of them. And she posted they have 3, and I saw it, thankfully, fairly quickly. Went in, tried to get 2, got 1, and I thought it's probably going to get canceled. But it didn't. It showed up. And then it restocked once more, or maybe more than that, but once more that I noticed. And I think there was 1 left. I checked out with it. We'll see if the second one shows up. But at this point, I'm just happy to have gotten 1 and that it came. It was fulfilled. And we'll see. We'll see if the second one shows up. I'll be super happy if it does. But if it doesn't, I'm good with what I got. All right, the next one. This is a crinkle candle that was only, as far as I know, purchasable, able to be purchased through HSN, so the shopping network, the home shopping network. This is Warm Spice. There were 2. There were 2 candles. This is the Guy, and I may be saying this wrong, the Guy Jovan collection. Feel free to correct me. But yeah, this is, I think he might have been the broadcaster that advertised it at the time. I remember seeing the presentation a long time ago. I feel like these have been around for a little bit, but I did recently buy more of this. So last I checked, this was still on HSN, although this first one I bought, does it say on the bottom when I was bored? 2024, that's probably when I bought it. Yeah, it was a while ago. So this one was kind of interesting. When this one first went on sale on HSN, there was this one and there's a tree scent. And the last I checked, they were both still available. And it might have been like Fraser fir or balsam fir or something. And it may even be the same fragrance that KRINGLE sells on its site. I'm not sure. But I knew I wanted this because you know your girl Terry. You see that picture? You know your girl Terry was getting that, right? The orange? Come on. Mixed orange with spice and you know I'm in. People were getting them and they were arriving broken. They weren't packed well. So many were posting pictures that they were coming broken. They seem to have fixed that because when I got this one, it came in a really nice box, first of all. I think I have pictures of the box, so I'll insert. Really love the box it came in. But mine was pretty protected. They do come without a lid. So what I did was, they're a little smaller than the KRINGLE lids that come on these jars. These and the white tumblers or clear tumblers. So that didn't fit, but I took a Yankee candle lid and I put that on top of here. So that's what I did to keep the fragrance in. I can't remember if there was a dust cover. There might have been. Or there might not have been. I don't remember. But I have more of this. So I'll have to take a look when I next do my laundry. And if I remember to do that, I'll try to post whether or not I had a cover. But it doesn't really matter. I just put a Yankee candle lid on it because it did fit. The 2-wick tumbler candle from Yankee did fit. Warm Spice has scent notes of orange, apple, lemon, clove, cinnamon, and vanilla. I don't really get apple in this. No, I get the orange and probably the lemon because it's definitely got a very bright citrus vibe. The clove and cinnamon are kind of muted in this. They're there, but quite muted because this orange is very vibrant. I love it. And this mixes really well with other tree fragrances. Bath & Body Works Winter, KRINGLE's Cozy Christmas, just plain tree fragrances. Balsam Fir was one of those Christmas fragrances I liked. I forgot. Christmas Stroll, Christmas. I mean, it just mixes well with everything. Orange and tree just go really well together. It mixes well with cinnamon candles, clove candles. What else do I have going on? Fresh candles. Away in the Manger, which is like a pomander scent. Yeah. It's like it's kind of like a pomander scent, but emphasis big time on the orange. Because I don't get a lot of the spice. I love this. It was a really strong performer. It threw very well. I would say the throw in this, and I forgot to say the throw in Gingerbread Frosting and the 4-wick. Good Lord. I don't know what it is about throw, but I tend to forget that every time. So frustrating. Christmas in a 4-wick. Oh my gosh, you guys. 9. Borderline 10. I mean, it wasn't, I won't give a 10 to something unless it chokes me out. It wasn't choking me out. It was perfection. It was 9. Gingerbread and Frosting. This did pretty well. I would say this was about 7.5, 8. So I thought that did pretty well. But this one was probably throwing at 8.5. Pushing a 9 because it was pretty strong. But I did have sooting problems with this one. I cleaned the jar a number of times. There's still some left. But yeah, she blackened up. The wax stayed clean. The wax is white as could be. But the jar, when it gets down so far too, this jar kind of becomes a hurricane a little bit. The jar got a bit sooty. A lot sooty, actually. But I cleaned it a number of times. But the wax is, like I said, super clean. It didn't change the fragrance. I still have a little bit more of this left, but I wanted to go ahead and mention it so I can toss it out, but I can't stop smelling it because it's such a good juicy orange. I love this one. Like I said, I have more, but if you think it floats your boat and you don't mind some soot, because I'm telling you, it's just sorted. Warm space. Check out HSN. All right, guys. Up next is Candy Cane Mocha. This was a scent that KRINGLE poured for, I don't know, they did this pour of the 3-wick jars in 2025 for fall and winter, and this was one of the scents they poured because they phased out their 3-wicks, which just makes me so sad because I love their 3-wicks, their painted jars. Not these. And these are just kind of, I don't know, kind of like an economy label, I guess. But I really, really, really love their painted jars. And I'm sad to see them go. Hi, baby. They don't have many left on the website because the sales that they pulled off during Black Friday and after Christmas, yeah. And I bought some too, but kind of wish I had bought even more because some of my favorites are just, they've been long gone. Candy Cane Mocha is peppermint, vanilla milkshake, cocoa, and honey. I have to tell you, the honey note scared me because I was like, why is honey in this? Like, everything else goes. Why honey? But I don't get honey. I will say, Aubrey, if you're out there, you jinxed me because this candle was burning so well. And she was telling me she had some issues with hers. But this was burning so well for me. And it was so delicious and so creamy peppermint. Exactly the kind of scent that I love. Little bit of cocoa. Not a whole lot. I have their, is it called cocoa and peppermint? Hot cocoa and peppermint? Peppermint and cocoa? I think it's peppermint cocoa. There's so many iterations of that scent across the candle brands. But I have that actually is lit right now because I'm warming Teddy Bees right now. What is it? Frosted Mint Cookie, I think I'm warming. It's a little light, but it's going on my open space. I have that other candle, and I definitely get more cocoa in that candle than I do in this. This is more creamy peppermint, creamy vanilla, a little bit of cocoa, just a touch. I don't get the honey. But yeah, she jinxed me because this was burning beautifully and still, I mean, it's still not bad, but it got a little dirty. once I got way past the halfway point. So that's what I get for opening my mouth and saying it was doing great. But it did so great all the way down. I didn't have any wick problems or anything like that. I can't remember exactly what Aubrey said her issue was. It did good until the last couple of burns, and then it didn't as well. Because it got a little dirty. I'm sure you can see the color of the wax. It was perfectly clean that whole time. And then it got a little, not bad, but I can definitely smell a difference. It doesn't smell like kerosene or anything like that, but it definitely doesn't have that. Although I have burnt the scent out of it mostly too. So I think mostly what I'm smelling is a little bit of the dirtiness and also what wax is left in there without the scent profile, because the scent, I'm not getting the peppermint and stuff anymore. This was a decent thrower. I would say definitely a 7.5 on that one too. And I bought more because I was having fabulous luck with it. So I will say that I did stick this in a candle holder a couple of times. So that's probably where I went wrong, because candle holders can make your candles burn even hotter and definitely can lead to soot. Definitely can lead to some dirty wax. Not all the time, but it can. It can. It definitely can cause some issues. And I know I'm not really supposed to have a KRINGLE candle in a Bath & Body Works candle holder, but sometimes you do, which you ain't supposed to do. Never had a problem, so until I do. Christmas treats. I know that Katie here on YouTube, I think she likes this one. Fried pastry, cinnamon, and brown sugar. I only picked up one of these when I first bought this because I wasn't sure that I was going to like it. But then I thought maybe this will smell like their Christmas cookie dough, which I love. So I picked her up, and she doesn't smell like that. No. Yeah, I have really burned the scent out of these. So these are really hard to remember because the scent is gone. Yeah, have to do it for memory, Terry. I will tell you that this one was not my favorite scent. I did get a good bit of the brown sugar. I like cinnamon. I like pastry. I don't know that I always love a fried pastry note, but the brown sugar was strong in this, and I like brown sugar when it's just kind of a supporting note. It adds to the sweetness of something. It maybe adds to the praline vibe of something. That's when I like it. And this was kind of the star in this candle, and I didn't love that. But that said, I still finished it. It was a perfect burn, you guys. No problems with this one at all. No problems with the wicks. No problems with soot. It was super clean and not a repurchase, but she performed great. So that's Christmas treats. I would say the throw in this one, and I think this is gone, so you can't even get it anymore. But the throw in this one was about 6.5, 7. All right, then we have some KRINGLE Imposters. These are a couple of candles from the paper store, which I bought on purpose because I knew KRINGLE poured them. This is Jingle All the Way. Love this jar. I think I have one more of these in my stash. This is bay leaf, cinnamon bark, spice, sweet, and woody. I want to say this is this Merry Christmas? Jingle All the Way is the name at the paper store, but it matches the name of a different KRINGLE candle. If you just look up the scent notes on KRINGLE, it's easy to tell, but I think I made notes in my candle app to remind me what they were. It's Merry Christmas. Yeah, I thought it was because I really, really love Merry Christmas. It's another good scent. It's a spicy scent, so you have to like spicy. It kind of is like in the realm of like your 'Tis the Season from Bath & Body Works minus the apple. But like if you like kind of red hot cinnamon fragrances, that's kind of where it leans. Definitely spicy. You do get a bit of a sweetness. Yeah, there's not much scent in this because I really burned this one down. This one lasted for a while. Sometimes our 3 wicks burn pretty quick, but this one went on for a while. This one's a good addition candle too. I burned this in conjunction with a lot of things. Tree, apple scents, orange scents. It was just a great addition to other scents to add spice. It was a good performer. I would say it threw at about 6.5. So I was pretty pleased with that. Maybe pushing a 7. It burned down pretty well. I had no problems with it. Pretty clean. Maybe a little bit of discoloration there. It is open flame, but wax is pretty clean. Fragrance didn't change. Yeah, really enjoyed it. You do get that substance kind of residue on the jars from soy wax, but I think this was 100% soy. It is 100% soy. Loved it, and I will love it again. I'm really hoping Merry Christmas makes it over to the Kringle tumbler. Haven't seen anything, and I'm thinking at this point, you know, they're working on their summer scents and stuff like that. But we've seen quite a few guys. Let me pull up the Kringle story. There's been some migrations. So recently added our Sunshine and Daisies Seaside, which I haven't tried, but everyone's raving about it, so I feel like I need to try it. If you've burned Seaside, let me know your thoughts. Cilantro, Apple, and Lime, which is not a favorite for me. I feel like it's a popular one, but I don't love that one. I'm not a lime girl, so not a favorite. Coconut Colada, I'm super excited about. I love that candle. Cosmic Cupcakes, I'm excited about. Love that one. Cookies and Cream Cake, I haven't tried, but I'm like, it must be popular enough that it migrated over. So now I'm like, maybe I need to try that one. I feel like it didn't have the greatest reviews. If you burn Cookies and Cream Cake, let me know. My beloved, I can't believe this made it over. I didn't think enough people liked it, but it did. Lemon Tea and Roses. Oh. Susan Fitzpatrick, let me know if you burned it yet. Let me know what you think. I know she liked how it smelled on cold. She purchased it because I had talked about liking it. So I really hope she enjoyed it. And I'm super excited about it being in a Kringle jar. So I hope she enjoyed it. If you did, Susan, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know too, because, you know, it's fine. I just hope I didn't steer you wrong. But if you did, it's in the Kringle jar, honey. So check it out. I know she likes to wait for a good sale. I do too. I totally get it. But I'm so excited about those. Oh, Golden Tobacco. That one has migrated over. So if you're a tobacco fan, I'm not. I won't be buying that one. But that one is now in the Kringle tumbler jars. Candy Cane Lane. Baby, it's cold outside. I'm about to light her up soon. I love that fragrance. Apple Cider Cake. I've warmed that in wax melts, and I graded it as an average scent. So I don't know if I'm going to try it. I was watching Amy's video, Beloved Fragrance Finds, and she was talking about the cashew note. And I sometimes don't like what that note does with my nose. So I don't know if I'm going to try it or not. Maybe I need to revisit the melts before I buy that candle. Warm Cinnabons has transferred over. Pinot Noir. Toasted Night. Cherry Crumble. Yes, please. That's so funny. That candle has hefty raspberry in it, but to me it comes across as cherry, and there's no cherry note in it. Let me look at the fragrance notes. I don't think there's cherry in it. So Cherry Crumble, whether you're looking to indulge in a little self-care or simply want to fill your home with a comforting and delicious aroma, the scent of Cherry Crumble is the perfect choice. Notes are raspberry jam, vanilla glaze, confectioner's sugar, wild berries there, flaky pastry, and melted butter. I swear to God, it smells like Cherry Crumble to me. I don't get raspberry. And I know that my nose is not getting raspberry because I'm not loving raspberry these days. And I love that fragrance. But other people smell raspberry. So if you're on the fence about that, try it and see in wax melts and see what you think. Coffee Shop, which is interesting because Coffee Shop has the same label. And I never noticed this before. I'm not sure why I didn't notice. But it has the same label as my vanilla latte over there. So when they released Vanilla Latte, which was a number of years ago, apparently they used Coffee Shop's label because the Coffee Shop had been in the country jar. So interesting. I'm so excited. I'm like giddy. See, so many of the country candles are not on the site anymore. Oh, churros and chocolate. I would really love to see that transfer over. I don't think it will because I don't think it's popular enough. It's a very light fragrance, which makes me sad because it's so delicious. I love it so much I buy it anyway, and I just burned 2 of them. But it's very light. So if you are looking for a good throw, you're not going to find it on that one, unfortunately. But the Lemon Tea and Roses made it over, and I didn't think that was going to, so maybe. But churros and chocolate is still left after the sale, so I'm thinking, although cookies and cream is still left. Ha! And that made it over. Golden Mums and Honeycrisp. That was kind of a nice scent. I like apple. Oh, Macintosh apple. That was one of them. I don't know why I wasn't seeing it, but that one is one I plan to pick up eventually. Tropical Waters, I think, is going to be migrated over because I think Mick showed some footage where he was burning it. So I think we're going to see that one. He loves that fragrance, so I think we're definitely going to see that. Tinsel Time. You guys, I picked that candle up for the first time during this sale. It's been around for a bit. And I picked it up for the first time during this sale. And I don't know if I love the fragrance because when I smell it on cold, it's very pomegranate heavy. And I'm not a big pomegranate girl. But that jar's label is stunning. Mocha and Cookies. I know that one's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's mine. I love it. Love that fragrance. Cake Pops made it over. I don't know why I didn't see that one, but I remember seeing the jar. I love Cake Pops. I also didn't think that was going to make it over, and it did. Strawberry Lemonade, I would like to see. San and Santel. If you like a good suntan lotion fragrance, suntan oil, I should say, it's so strong, it will choke you out. It's so good. If you like suntan from Bath & Body Works, you'll like San and Santel. I would like to see Midnight Beach, which is basically, it smells a lot like Yankee Candles. They're original. I mean, Kutcher's just had Yankee Candle when Midnight, what's it called? Midsummer's Night came out from Yankee. Probably the only cologne fragrance I've ever loved, and I do, because to me, I don't know what you guys get when you smell it, but to me, it's a total scent memory because it smells just like my high school boyfriend, because he used to wear, back then, Drakkar Noir was a very popular cologne, and I loved it, and he would come pick me up in his Mustang, and every time I jumped into the car, I could smell him, and oh my God, he smelled so good. Yeah, it reminds me of him. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but Midnight Beach smells a lot like it. The fragrance notes are very similar, so I think that's Kringle's version of Midsummer's Night. So if you like Midsummer's Night, you may like Midnight Beach. Grape Soda. Grape Soda made it over. So there's more. There's probably more that I'm not seeing here, but I'm sorry. Off on a tangent again, but I had to share because, you know. Another imposter, Alight again. Christmas cookie. Look at this jar. It's so cute. It's a little smaller than your average 3-wick. This one I finished up under my lamp, so that's why there's so much wax left. But this one burned like a champ. It's only a 2-wicker, and I don't know that this is 100% soy. It's not. It's a soy blend. But I still think Kringle poured this. So it may have been when Kringle was still doing soy blends. I think, because I'm pretty sure this is Kringle's Vanilla Cupcake. At least it smells like it to me. Fragrance notes are vanilla buttercream. So, very simple. Kringle needs to bring back Vanilla Cupcake because that was probably one of my favorite vanilla bakeries from them. Vanilla Cupcake and sugar cookies. They need to bring those back. I would really love to see Vanilla Cupcake back. But sugar cookie too, because that's so delicious. They have vanilla cone, and it's just not the same. Vanilla cone doesn't do it for me. But vanilla cupcake, I would love to see back. This was delicious, you guys. Burned great. No problem with the burn. I can barely smell it because I warmed the hell out of this because it was so delicious. It literally smelled like a vanilla cupcake. It was so delicious. Get the buttercream. You get the vanilla cake scent. It was so creamy, dreamy. I love me some vanilla cupcakes. I really do. Gosh, I wish Kringle would bring it back. Yeah, I can barely smell it. Love the jar. It was super cute. Yeah, I got these on a good sale from the paper store. I don't buy from them too much, and I'm not even sure that Kringle still pours these. They may not. Because I checked their website, and I was noticing a number of soy blend candles, so I'm not sure. But this was no problem. I mean, look how clean she is. She burned perfectly. It was a beautiful burn every time. The flames were perfect. The throw on it was pretty decent for a vanilla candle. I would say the throw was a 7 for a little candle, little 2-wicker. Maybe 6.5. Maybe 7 is too generous, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Nice medium. Love that one. Christmas cookie dough. This is probably, besides Leprechaun Treats, but out of their current catalog, because Leprechaun Treats needs to come back, Kringle. It needs to come back. I've got one left. It's not enough. I was hoping Kringle Cupcake would be Leprechaun Treats, but it's not. I like it. It's good. I'm burning it right now over to the side here. It's good. I'm not one of the ones that gets the scorch note. I get like a crusty, like, you know, when you bake your cupcakes, like say in your cupcake tins, and you get like that brownish part that's around the edges that comes out like a little bit crispy. That's what I smell in there. And truth be told, that part of the cupcake isn't my favorite. I like the center. So it's okay. And I'll enjoy it. I actually bought 2 of the 2 wicks and 2 of the 4 wicks, so I better enjoy it. But I would like to see leprechaun treats. I would like to see vanilla cupcake come back. I would really like to see vanilla cupcake come back. Christmas cookie dough is probably my favorite vanilla scent with KRINGLE right now because that's all they got that I'm loving. So these medium jars are gone too, guys. So there might be a few left on the site, but probably not this fragrance. I did pick this up in the big 4 wicks, so I'm super excited because this one's not your strongest thrower. Vanilla, butter, brown sugar, vanilla, and cream. Not the strongest, but oh my gosh, it's so delicious. And it really does smell like the dough. Like you've just put all the ingredients together, you rolled it out, and you smell that delicious dough part before it's cooked. Definitely that pre-baked version of your cookie dough. It's so good. I mean, there's definitely a place for this and a place for vanilla cupcake for sure. I love this one. But like I said, the throw in this is not overly good. This one's probably 6 on its best day. I'm hoping the 4 weeks gives me some more jazz. But this is one, too, that sometimes I just think it's worth burning 2 of them because it's so delicious. Yeah, just wish it was a little stronger. But it really does smell like that piece you just cut out. That's what you're smelling. That dough that's surrounding it. It's so good. I love this one. It'll always be a repurchase. I've been buying this one for years. So this one's actually from a while ago. Oh, this one says 2025. This one's not from a while ago. Yeah, from March of 2025. Did I not pull my older one from the stash? I know I got some older ones. Maybe I'm thinking my taller tumbler jar. Because I know I got some older ones. Love it. Highly recommend if you don't mind like a letter scent throw. If you want something that's going to punch you out, this is not going to be it. But oh man, she's delicious. Performance perfection. No soot, no dirt. I mean, these candles are going to soot a little bit. I mean, it is flame. But I got my money's worth all the way down. All the way down. Can't even barely smell her anymore because I burned her out. All right, what do I got left? 2 more? 2 more KRINGLEs. I told you, I've been burning the heck out of my KRINGLEs. This one, I may be finished with it. I may not be. I don't know. I've mentioned in videos before. I'm about to go Debbie Downer here. I mean, not Debbie Downer. I'm just about to bitch over something that's not worth bitching over because it's ridiculous that I'm going to bitch over this. And this is just a me thing. This is a Terry thing. This is totally not normal because people will love the fact that these candles like this, they last forever. You know, when you burn through as much as I do, you like to keep it moving. And these candles, you will get your money's worth and then some because they will last you to infinity. And it lasts so long that I kind of get tired of the fragrance after a while. I will tell you during this last sale, if there was anything I could buy in the medium jar, I picked it up in the medium, even though it was much better buy to get this jar, the large one, because they were only $1 more. But yeah. They last forever, you guys. And like I said, I do love this, so I will continue to burn this fragrance. I think I may be done with it for this season. The fragrance is Peppermint Cocoa on this one. I have a number of these tall country jars, so I just better get over it. Peppermint Cocoa doesn't have any scent notes, so I could pull them, but I won't because this one honestly just smells like that label. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like a cup of hot chocolate. It's very creamy hot chocolate with a candy cane. You definitely get the peppermint note. Peppermint is pronounced. You do smell it quite a bit. I feel like the doses are pretty even keel in here. I get a hefty chocolate note. I get a hefty peppermint note. It is kind of like your creamy, powdery hot cocoa. And I don't know that I can telltale smell that marshmallow, but there's definitely a creaminess in here. It's really nice. I really love this fragrance, and it's a powerhouse, y'all. This throws at an 8 very easily. So, um, possibly 9 at times. It will fragrance your room, no problem. Uh, this one has been a little bit of a soap monster. I have cleaned the jar a couple of times because I just really hate when soap builds up. I know I should hold it to show you at the end, but I'm pretty honest about, you've heard me talk about it, even though I love Kringle. I'm pretty honest about if I have soap buildup, I will tell you. Usually Bath and Body Works, I tend to be able to show you because at that point I start getting a lot of the residue in the wax. So the candle's not savable to me a lot of times. So that's why you end up seeing that soot because I'm not going to clean the jar at that point. I'm not going to keep the wax. But Kringle's, the wax is still very clean and the fragrance hasn't changed. So I am going to keep burning it. So I do tend to clean my jar. So that's why you don't tend to see all the soot. If it's in my last burns, I will keep it and show you. But that's the reason for that. So I'm not trying to tout Kringle and be like, oh, they don't soot. I'm telling you when they do. And these country jars, I tend to find soot on those a lot more than I do the tumblers. Not to say that the tumblers never sooted. I mean, I've burned an apple cider donut that sooted like crazy. But then afterwards, I found out that it wasn't the 100% soy version. It was still the old. And this was a while ago. Like, don't worry about you accidentally getting one of those now because you're not going to. This was actually back when they were still selling paraffin soy along with the 100% soy. So I picked it up not realizing I probably didn't read the details. And so it sooted like a monster. It was interesting because I thought it was the 100% soy. I did not pay close enough attention. I reached out to Kringle customer service. They refunded me. I didn't find out until way after that that's not the wax I was burning. So then I was like, I shouldn't have done that. But I thought it was the 100% soy and it wasn't supposed to be sooting to the extent it was. I mean, I know that some people burn leprechaun treats and they showed pictures of a soot wrapped candle. I mean, their candles were so black. I did not have that experience with mine. I hope I don't with my second one too. I think I bought them both at the same time, so hopefully. But you know, one candle to another candle, it could be the same batch and your experience could be totally different, which is why, take these reviews with a grain of salt because your experience may be different. I'm just telling you about mine. And I hope you find it helpful, but your experience could be different. And that's why I always say share in the comments below. Share what your experience is. So everyone watching has, what my experience was, what yours was, what theirs was, share it. But this one got a little sooty. I cleaned it a few times, but overall, she's burned pretty clean. The soot hasn't been bad. I would say the soot on this one has been way worse. This one's been way worse. That one, she's been collecting up. She's gone pretty black at times. This one wasn't bad, but it does tend to catch right up around here. Because again, it gets down here. It kind of becomes like a hurricane, a little vessel there. And it soots up, it plumes up a little, and it catches there, which is probably a good thing. Because whatever this jar catches, it's not going on my walls, right? Yeah, that's what it smells like. Throw, I think I went over, was fantastic. And wax is still super clean. I just got to figure out if I'm going to keep burning it because I've been burning this. How long does this say it's supposed to burn? It doesn't say. Oh, it does say 100 to 150 hours. I'm pretty sure it burns 250 hours. I'm thinking, I mean, that's a broad range, but I'm thinking it's true to form. Last candle from Kringle, Christmas Stroll. Christmas Stroll. So this was the last candle that Michael Kittredge Sr. Worked on before he passed away. This one I did finish under my lamp because as I got to the bottom, she started to get a little bit dirty. Not too bad, but you can definitely see the color change in the wax, which, the soy gets a little bit, it gets a little bit of discoloration, but not too bad. And this one wasn't too bad. It didn't change the fragrance. I can barely smell it. Oh, I get a little bit. Really sucking it in there. But this is such a beautiful fragrance. This is probably my second favorite behind the Christmas and Christmas lights because it's just beautiful. So this has scent notes of balsam fir, pine, green, malts, sweet, spice, winter air. I don't know what their scent notes are supposed to be. They have some weird scent notes sometimes. I feel like they've gotten better. Well, better at not being so generic like that, but they have some fragrance notes that are interesting. But like, I don't feel like we get a lot of like green, although I think we did on some of the Halloween releases, but green, sweet, spice. I mean, very generic. So we don't always know what that is. Kind of wish like, what is green? Is it like leaves? Is it like a certain flower? What is the sweet? What's in here that's sweet? What is the spice? What is it? Is it cinnamon? Is it clove? Is it not? What is it? But what this is beautiful. Beautiful tree fragrance. This smells very much like your fresh Christmas wreath, like you hang on the door. Very fresh. This is not your sappy version of a tree. It has a sweetness to it, but it has more of that fresh greenery tree vibe than it does that sweetness to it. But it has just the right amount of sweetness. It's so beautiful. You have to experience it. If you only pick up the wax melts, if you love wreath fragrances, try it out. I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. I have a couple more of these jars. KRINGLE has discontinued the 3-wick painted jars, and I'm not happy about it. I am one of the ones that love them. I know there were a number of people that didn't, but I love them. And I really like the 3-wick format because they are the jars that I'm used to from Bath & Body Works. So I kind of wish that KRINGLE would keep these, but I don't know. I thought there was going to be some kind of substitute, but we haven't really seen anything, so maybe not. I mean, we've been seeing like those economy releases, but I think that was just to use up this stash. But I kind of would like to see a 3-wick something or other. Anyway, it was beautiful. Burned down great. Like I said, I finished it under my lamp, so that's why you're seeing the wicks kind of move like that. But I love the jar. This was beautiful when it was lit with the flames dancing. And like I said, I have a couple more of these. But when they're gone, and that's it. Wish I could get more. Christmas Stroll. All right, guys. This video must be insanely long. Insane. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy my motor mouth. I really do. Anyway, I was hoping to get another quick video done, but I'm not sure now that I'm going to be able to. But I'm going to take care of cleaning out these jars, keeping what I want to keep, which isn't going to be many. I may repurpose this one because this is so beautiful. And I'm probably going to let this one go. I'm going to let the Santa sleigh. Wasn't there another one I said I was going to keep? I know I'm going to keep that nest jar. I don't remember. I thought there was another one I was going to keep. It was a Bath & Body Works candle, wasn't it? Yeah, which I've already taken out to the kitchen. So I got work to do. And I've got laundry going on downstairs, which I heard the chimes go off a couple of times a while ago. So I'm going to have to freshen up that load. And I got some destashing to work on. So guys, I hope, like I said earlier in this video, that everyone's having a wonderful day. Let me know what your experiences have been, if you have burned or warmed through any of these candles I mentioned in this video. And I will see you next video, guys. Have a great one.